Hi guys, thanks for tuning back in. We got a great project for you today. It's called the Symmetry Sun. And what's so great about it is it only takes a few materials and has some great art concepts for you to learn. We're not only going over pattern and color, we're going over shape, we're going over different ways of cutting and creating a three-dimensional shape. But what's so great about it is once it's done, it's going to be fabulous. And to kick off summer, I think it's perfect. So here's the thing we need, all right? These are your materials. You're gonna need 10 or 12 bags, either one you wanna do, 10 or 12 bags. They both turn out good. As long as they're even, you'll get it, 10 or 12 bags. These are paper bags for lunch. A pair of scissors, sharp, please. Some string, also some glue, all right? You can use a glue stick, it works just as well if you have glue at home. But you can also use a glue gun, and sometimes that's good too. So either one you have will be fine. One might take a little longer to dry, but that's okay. And then if you want to color it, we're going to show you a way to set that up and where to color and where to place all the color and pattern that you'll need. All right? So once you have your 12 bags, we're also going to talk about stencils. So that's our first step. When the stencil is made, it's basically just a pattern or a layout of your design that you're going to do over and over and over again so that everything will be uniformed and have symmetry but also the same shape to it. You want to make sure everything is uniform. So with my pencil, I'm going to show you how to do that just simply starting with these two bags, right? If I draw out a shape at the top, and the one that's probably best for this project is just doing a triangle that's even on the corners. All right? I'm going to draw right up the middle. Try to keep those lines even as much as I can. If you want to make it higher or lower at that point, that's okay. And then two more triangles from the side. You just want to skip about a ½ inch from your last cut so you'll have that strength and stability. So here you go again, drawing that in, simple triangle. And this is the pattern I like, and this is what's going to create my stencil. So once I have what I like, I'm going to double check it. Make sure it looks balanced on both sides. Yeah, that looks good. This one could go up a little higher. Now I'm going to grab my scissors, start cutting from the top of the bag. You want to keep the bottom of the bag together. This is where we're going to put most of the glue. So my design stops and starts at the top of the bag, all right? So I'm cutting through. What's nice is once I have this aligned, I can use this one as my pattern or stencil. And that basically lets me know that everything else is going to be about the same, and it should be because I have a guide. So then I cut this out, and we're going to do just 4 here to show you the process. Cut that out. Still need to get that little piece. Okay. There we go. That one's done. Still fighting me. Okay. And this side, cut the other little piece. All right. Now, I lay this one down knowing that it's going to be the same. I lay it on my next bag. And the way we're going to glue it together, right, is you're always going to glue this flap to this flap. So in these two, I'm going to show you. And then on the outer ones, when you find something plain, you're going to cut it and glue it. But let me show you real quickly. I'm going to go through and do the stencil back to back here. My next one, I look at it, line up the bottom. Make sure I do an outline here, and another outline here, another outline here. Making sure that I have a pretty good outline. All the pieces are touching so I can go back. If not, I just align it. That tells me that I have the right shape. So I'm going to go back and cut it. There we go. Other side. And you want to do 10 or 12 of these. But when you do it one by one, it comes out a lot cleaner and a lot sharper. because you're not fighting the paper because it's all bulked together. So it's best to do it one by one. That way you'll get clean cuts and it'll be more precise, yeah? There you go. Great. So there's 2. Let's do 2 more and then we'll glue them together. This becomes kind of fun once you get the all 12 come out and you got them cut and they all look the same. Then we're going to go back and do the gluing. So I'm going to show you that real quick. These 2 are going together with glue, right? So I'm using a glue gun, but like I said, you can use a glue stick, no problem. I'm feeding in the back just to make sure I get the glue. It's been heating up. I'm going to put it off the top of the bag. Now if it has a flap, that's where I want to put the other flap, or the bag that has the same side to it. And a small bead down the center, just so that it'll glue together. Let me put in the stick there. And then that one goes on top. We glue that evenly. So let me set this down. Glue that evenly so everything has symmetry and it's equal. Let's do another one. So now this side has no flap. That means whatever's there, I want to glue to it the same. So no flap on this side means I'm gluing no flap. Same spot though. It's the bottom of the bag that I'm putting the majority of the glue all the way down. There you go. And one nice bead down the center, or you just glue it all the way across with the glue stick. Put a lot of it. The more you put, the more sturdy it's going to be. And now this one doesn't have the flap, so I put that one down like that. Once you get all of these glued together, okay, what you're going to get is something like this, right? You just keep gluing them all the way around. There's your sun, and that's how it looks, right? So it's either 10 or 12, and you'll have this. Now, if you want to get a little crazier, let me show you another way to do it. This is the one that's plain. Now, you can make as many as you want. This one's plain. The only thing that's left is to put a hole in it and put the string to it. I'll show you in a minute. When you do the color one, it's the same process, right? It's the same process. But what I want to do at this point is I'm looking at all the flaps that are here, right? And I'm going to take a couple of colors and I can go in little by little and paint each side. And what I'm talking about is warm and cold colors here. So let's talk about what cold colors are. If you think about snow or ice or a dark cloudy day, that's like your blues, your grays, things going more towards the dark or colder. So think ice. When we talk about warm colors, think about fire. You're thinking about like reds and purples and oranges and yellows. So if you do put a green, right, a nice complement to the green could either be a yellow or blue. And you can start putting pattern or design in there, whatever you like, as long as you're filling up all sides. You want to do this inside corner, flip it over. You could do it same, the other side, all the way yellow, all the way through it. And you kind of want to do the bottom of the bag all the way up. If you want to do a little bit at the ends, that's fine too. I just think the more you put into it, the more you're going to get out of it. But remember, you're doing 2 different colors. So if I have a warm, this would be considered a fire color. I might add something like an orange or a pattern of line, right? Or a design that goes all the way up the middle. Whatever I'd like to do, I'm available to do that or able to do that. But to contrast that, the next bag, I want to make sure I have a cold. So that's when I'm going more of a darker blue. And that'll give you a contrasting color because you have ones that are more warm and others that are a little bit colder or a little bit damper in the tint, right? So once you get these all together, and I've done a bunch of different designs. Here you can see them. But once you get them all together, it's the same process as what we did here, but now it's got color to it. So it takes a little bit of time to draw it in and color it, but that's what you get when you spend your time with a little bit of effort and a little bit of color. That's when you get a color one. So here's the color one. And then here is the regular one. So it's your choice. Whatever makes you happy, have a good time doing it, and send us a picture. We'd love to see what you made. All right, happy summer.